wanted to play.
He had no care in the world because he said, "I only want to play for that team."
Hold on. Listen, hold on, because that's
how do you know? How do you know?
No, I heard your words. I'm right
I
here.
said Watson.
If they would have lost,
I didn't guarantee the win, though.
Meanwhile, you got the Steelers there, so don't even bring your name up.
you misunderstand
I'll give another example.
You misunderstand me. Not because
That's crazy.
You're saying that's
Be nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Dougie and the Boys, which is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models you may not want, but you may just need.
All right, we are back. We got Jimmy Drust and we got Dave Mendoza with us today. You guys gonna say hello?
No, I said hello. I waved my hand when you said my name.
So we did have some breaking news. O.J. Simpson passed away. I didn't realize he was sick, but that was the breaking news
I
of
think
the
nobody
day.
really knew. I think he just kept it with the family.
Yeah, because I had no idea.
Hey, nobody had an idea. I mean, let's more talk about the football wise instead of the other side. Probably one of the best backs you could ever ask for before what happened to him.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Buffalo, he won an MVP in Buffalo. That's rarely, especially as a running back, because now it's all a quarterback award.
Yep.
So I mean, kudos to that legacy. He's not a Hall of Fame, correct? Or is he a Hall of Fame?
I don't think so.
I don't
know.
think
know.
so.
Yeah, because it's a typical. It's like a troublesome thing. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta look that up because I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame.
yeah.
Because it's troublesome, but in reality, he only went to jail for robbery.
Yeah, but I mean, and then the other kind of he got didn't get convicted for. He got away with that. Which, because I was listening to a podcast that actually went in deep with the OJ case, and they said the cops literally fucked it up. Like there was so many evidence that could prove either other way, and they just messed it all up.
Well, I think that was after his career,
No, it was during his career, I believe.
where there was the big police chase on the
I think
the
that was
highway.
during his career.
No, I think that was after the fact.
I don't know. I thought it was during his career because he was still in Buffalo. Yeah, I don't know. That's something we gotta look up afterwards.
Because there's a lot of documentaries on that.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be bigger now because I think because after his death, there's gonna be more. I feel like the family's gonna put more information out there and everything.
Yeah, and
I think so.
And the big news networks they'll put together some type of documentary about it.
Yeah, I mean there probably is a whole bunch of things there about it. I mean, you have a show you can watch on I think it's on Hulu about the whole trial and everything.
And there's something on Max, the Max app about it too.
I think so too. Yeah.
So let's get started within this show. Let's talk about Iowa and Caitlin Clark because I think she's overrated. I truly believe
goes.
But it's not like I'm making a bad case. You look at that championship game, the bench sucked. No one scored. The team shot like 23 for 68 or 25 for 68, and she shot 10 for 28. She took half the team's shots. So what does that say?
She's the better shooter on that team, correct?
That does not matter.
It does matter. When you're a better shot and your bench sucks, when your bench cannot put up points, yes, you're going to take the shots.
Come on.
Yeah, but if she was that good of a player, she'd be bringing up players around her as well.
That's also a fact. But
I'm not taking anything away from her. But come on. And I told this to Dave at work. It's the same thing about LeBron. The only reason why he was the first player ever to hit 40K is because he keeps playing.
Yeah, but for him though to keep playing like he is testament of how he keeps his body in shape and everything.
But that don't matter.
It kind of does matter if you want to hit those certain records and everything.
But that don't matter. That's not. Oh, he's the first player ever to hit 40K.
Well, I mean, no, because if Kareem would have stayed a little longer, he probably would have hit 40K.
Just like most wins, most passing
That's not true.
touchdowns.
Kareem would have never hit 40K.
If he would have stayed a year or so,
No,
if he took care of himself a little bit better, you never know.
not under the basket like that.
Yeah, especially it's hard for centers like that though too.
Yeah,
They're getting most of the physical hits. Because especially Jokic, I watched the game last night with him. He sits there, he takes his hits, and he does not care.
I'm gonna say this: LeBron he might be the first one to hit it, but with the way the basketball is going, it's gonna be somebody's gonna break that record sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, but is it gonna be a type of player like him, or do you think it's gonna be like a Steph Curry type of player that's like a 3-point person?
It's gonna be a 3-point shooter.
I think so too.
Yeah, because the game is going to the 3-pointer.
Don't be surprised if Steph Curry is the one that breaks it because
it depends how. Yeah, but he has to stay as long.
Yeah, no, I don't think Steph's gonna break it.
Steph's not as injured as much as other players. So if he keeps playing the way he keeps playing, he's probably gonna play another 4 or 5 seasons.
I think so too. But is he gonna play as the Warriors? That's the real question. Because he might want to leave.
I think he leaves.
I think so too.
But I feel like if he was to leave, sooner or later he'd become the new Chris Paul.
I see for him though. I think because he already has the amount of rings and the MVPs and I think he'll try to help a young team get built up.
Then why Golden State?
Because they're going to total rebuild because Steve Kerr's definitely gone next year.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because you look at the Kobe era. He stood in Los Angeles for so long, and they built.
Yeah, but because I think he didn't want to leave. Well, I remember he did an interview. He was questioned. He did want to leave, but then they offered him a whole different deal, and he said, "Okay, I'll take it." So I mean, if he was that deal, he would have been somewhere else, probably win another championship.
I think at some point, everybody in their career decides has that feeling. Should I leave? Maybe I should leave.
Especially when you win 5 champions with one team. You're not like how Shaq was that won, he won 3 with Kobe, 1 with D Wade, and that's it, I think.
Yeah,
All right, so
Miami.
Steph, I just looked it up. Steph Curry is at 32,000.
Yeah.
He's at 32,000.
And how many seasons?
In 954 games.
How many seasons? Not talking about games, seasons.
LeBron has played 1,400 games.
That's about 10 seasons?
He got drafted. Steph Curry got drafted in 2008.
2008. So we're already 18, 19, 20.
16 years?
Is it 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just about 16 years. But for him, I mean, he's gonna get bricked, but it depends when LeBron retires. If he's at 32 and LeBron's still stacking up at 40,000, and he's still playing, he's gonna hit at least 41, maybe 41 and a half. Especially he's averaging 20-something points a game.
I think also Curry has at least 3 to 5 seasons left in him.
I could probably say 3 to 4. And it depends what he does next year. I don't know if his contract's up or anything.
Since we're on the subject of Steph Curry.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm being honest. He has other guys around him that's going to score. He's got Clay. He had KD. He had Draymond. So it's going to be hard for a guy like Steph to break that record. And back to Caitlin Clark, who is scoring around her, realistically.
Yeah, but it's not going to be harder now for Steph because Clay's not playing the same. He doesn't have KD anymore.
Yeah. And other guys are young, so they're inexperienced.
Draymond score.
He's like I said. Whenever his contract's up, he might go somewhere different to where he might want to go ring chasing, or he'll stay like Kobe. It depends on what he wants to go do.
Yeah, it all varies on the Warriors this season. I think the Warriors are rebuilding after this year. Clay's out the door. Draymond will be out the door.
I think
Steve Kerr's job could be on the line If the Warriors don't go on a run, goodbye Steve Kerr. I've been saying it the last few years. Kerr could be fired.
The problem is that whole West side or East side, wherever they're at, it's so hard because you got teams that are coming up this year. You got OKC that came up out of nowhere, Timberwolves that came, and they're playing really good, both teams. And then the Clippers are coming up, Mavericks that we talked shit about last year, and Jonathan called us fools, and Jonathan's kind of probably laughing at this right now. But they're playing really well.
Yeah, they have been.
They've been playing. They figured it out.
They play the Clippers in the playoffs, and they've lost every time they played the Clippers in the playoffs.
Well, if it's gonna be a series, I don't think that's gonna be a good series between the Clippers and the Mavs.
Not gonna lie, I think the Mavs win this time.
I say it goes to Game 7.
I think
close.
I think the Mavericks win. I do not see the Clippers going anywhere.
You never know. I can see the Clippers going a little far, but
It's a whole different season. Some teams collapse when they get to the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
we've seen it last season. We saw the Heat step up.
Yeah.
We saw the Lakers come out of nowhere, and they were shit the rest of the regular season.
Yeah,
so it's a whole new season.
And like you could even look at the Chiefs for an example. We didn't think the Chiefs were going to win the Super Bowl, and then the playoffs come. It's a whole different ball game.
Because you just have to win one game to bear. Like,
but don't matter. It's a whole different ball game.
Saying,
They steamrolled everybody. They blew out Miami. Shout out to Nicole. They blew out. Who did they play in the second round?
Buffalo.
They blew out Buffalo. Buffalo collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped Lamar Jackson, and they win the Super Bowl. So it's a whole different game once the playoff comes, and that goes for all sports.
Well, just like because the Heat's been like doing that for the last couple of years, they get in that spot, and they play people tough. And like even Lakers last year, when you have playoff LeBron, it's a different animal.
Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Clicks.
You don't know what injuries might happen.
Yeah, well, look at Giannis. Giannis is out for 3 weeks, I think. So he's gonna be out majority of the first round, I think.
Well, I want to get to the Bucks real quick. I do not see this team winning a championship. I think Doc Rivers is basically on the hot seat. This team collapsed once they hired Doc.
A lot of players that played for Doc or played during the Doc era say that Doc Rivers was never a good coach. That if you look at his teams, he had
totally stacked
teams, and that's the reason why they won.
I mean, yeah, you can see with Boston when they had KG, Paul Pierce, and Rondo.
Come on, the Bucks were what 34-13 before they fired Doc. What are they now?
They're like 40 something or 48. The Knicks are right behind them, so that's what I'm saying. Like the Knicks are like they're
49-31. So if you do the math, they won 15 games and they lost maybe
about 13, 14.
Yeah, they're 13 and 14 or 15, whatever.
Yeah, another guy was like 13-3 as the head coach.
Yeah. So I do want to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, it is time for some Major League Baseball talk. A lot of teams are off to surprising starts. The surprising year they had last year, Miami's not looking too good. They're like 3-10. But again, you don't know because it's a whole 162 game season. They may get hot at the right time. You never know. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we have much more when we get back.
Going for the Super Bowl.
Hold on, because that's not what Roger said. Roger said, I just care about winning the MVP. I don't care about winning.
No matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
And I was like, oh God, how do I stop this? So
Look at that water behind me, James.
Jesus says in the scripture, they need to live through experience of their own life.
Gentlemen, we are back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. As always, Dougie and the Boys is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models you may not want, may just need.
So the New York Mets are defeating the Atlanta Braves by a score of 16-4. The Sacramento Athletics are winning 1-0 over the Texas Rangers. The Kansas City Royals defeated the Houston Astros last night by a score of 11-2. Astros are winning. No, the Royals are actually beating the Astros 9-2 so far.
The Royals scored 9 first.
I know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I saw that.
So it's been a crazy season so far. Tampa's won, I think, 4 in a row, so that's a good start for them. Toronto, a little inconsistent. Cleveland Guardians are 9-3. New York Yankees are 10-3. Texas Rangers are 7-5. Pittsburgh Pirates are 9-3, and then the Dodgers are 10-5. And then the Braves are 7-3, the other first place team. But before we get into the local teams around us, it looks like Shohei Ohtani is innocent. What do we think about the news coming out?
Yeah, Dave. I know we're talking about this.
I mean, listen. I get only go by what they tell me, but that's $16 million and not know anything about it from your personal account is insane. $16 million throughout those years. You're telling me that your interpreter, that means your interpreter had inside your financial advisor, because your financial advisor should have said something at that point. So I don't know how true it is that Ohtani is truly innocent in this part. Maybe knew about it. Maybe he was paying for it, help his interpreter, and doesn't want to like a gambling problem. Essentially, you would be gambling with them.
Yeah.
So
Who knows, honestly?
I think they just saw here's the interpreter. I don't think the interpreter is born here or born in Japan, but maybe they, ease where it gets so it's easier that I don't know. I don't think Ohtani.
So, Dave, I don't know if it's just your end or my end, but you are breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I want to say I hear it too.
I don't know. I got full bars.
Maybe rejoin this, whatever it's called, stream. I don't know. It sounds like it's breaking up.
Try to turn off my Wi-Fi.
But let's talk some local baseball. Did the Mets just get off to a slow start and they're finding their stride? Because I feel like they shouldn't be this bad as a team.
I mean, they're playing better right now. I think it's just the hitting. I mean, that's and the pitching. And now I think we kind of got in the groove a little bit because we've been winning games a little bit here and there.
Yeah, they've been playing good baseball.
Especially to play the Atlanta how we're playing right now, to be up 16 to how many scores we're up right now?
Yeah, 16-4.
16-4. I mean, who knows? Like I said, it's still a week or 2 weeks after opening day. So
yeah, it's 100 baseball left. 150 plus games to go. So
yeah, so literally, I mean, I'll be worried if they had no wins going into 2 weeks. That'd be a little scary, but we got a decent amount of wins, especially to play the Braves twice, and this would be the third time take 2-1 out of the series.
Because baseball is a long season. Like you look at Pittsburgh, they may not be in first place throughout the year. We've seen.
You never know, but I mean, to get a hot start like that, it's still a good.
Yeah, but they were 18-9 last year, and they fell apart. So it's a long season. They
also have people get injured though too.
Like you don't want to crown your team. You don't want to celebrate a first place. Yeah, first place. You don't want to crown your team World Series champions now because you still have plenty of baseball. It's April 11th, so you don't want to put that over the top just yet.
When you go 13-0 with the Tampa Bay Rays, they're the best team in baseball, and then fall apart.
Well, I didn't bring that up, so I don't know why you bring that up.
You brought up the first place Yankee thing went like that. You brought that up.
No, because it's different with that Yankee fan. Like, I don't know what's in their mindset, but it's completely different. Like, come on.
Do you see Dave doing all that stuff though?
No, I never. Hold on. I never just mean Dave. I don't mean Dave or my friends. I mean the Yankee fan base from the Bronx. That
Okay,
Yankee fan base.
go talk with them in the Bronx and see what happens.
But still, Dave's a Yankee fan, so I have to bring it up.
No.
And when you
There we
lose,
go.
when you lose to the Marlins, 10-2, of course you're going to be awfully quiet. So
Early.
it's early, Dave.
It's early, right? So the Marlins could turn around at some point.
Yeah, they can. I never said they can't.
Oh God, this you two go at it like freaking husband and wife sometimes.
I never said that. So
It sounds like the fake news media.
I don't know who that's for.
Yeah,
I don't know who that for.
I don't know who that is.
I know who he is.
How does
I was
what
talking
does he think happened during?
Oh, he's probably talking about me.
about
Oh
you.
yeah, but he's right though. You go to the Bronx and say that stuff,
All right.
like you're not gonna end up going home. You know.
Get mad. Like all last season, you were Tampa Bay Rays undefeated. But let the fans talk about how we're doing. We're first place right now, and it's typical Yankees fans. Here we go again.
Oh, come on. I didn't say
Nick,
that.
you always bring that up, and then Dave doesn't say nothing about the Yankees. Don't bring nothing up.
Hyping the Pirates.
Who knows? But
He was talking about you on that one.
You always bring up stuff about the Yankees, and we don't say nothing. They don't say nothing about it. And you always bring it up.
Who was hyping the Pirates?
Jimmy was.
I was hyping the Pirates.
Yeah, you were.
I said I don't know what you could get for them. I said you never know. Never
Hold
hyping up the Pirates.
What was that? You're breaking up again, Big Dave. Dave's having bad connection today. I don't know what it
usually
is.
does.
Normally his Wi-Fi or whatever, his phone, it sounds perfectly.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, just yeah, but you always go after Dave for no reason, and then it's like you two are.
No, I don't go after Dave. I just try to
spit.
spit.
First, what is like to the first month of I mean, it depends what type of fan you are. If it's baseball in general, you're saying it's good. Why do we have 3 cameras of Dave?
Yo,
Or
why
2
do we
cameras?
have 2 cameras of Dave?
You do. How?
Must be nice.
You're obsessed with Dave, I guess.
All right, let's see.
The internet just want to hear the hype. Who is this man?
I know who he is. He's my friend.
Oh. But yeah, no, like you two always argue about because always the Yankees feel privilege, but like I feel like you as a Tampa Bay Brave fan go after him because of what they are.
No, hold on. Let's clarify. Dave said I'm a Dave hater before we came on the air.
You also are Dave hater.
That's
Dave
not
hater.
true. How am I a Dave hater?
You go after the Patriots.
Dave hater.
Dave likes you go after the Lakers, and then you go after the Yankees.
America has voted. We want more Dave.
That's what I'm saying, man. You're a Dave hater.
Yeah,
Listen,
Yeah, okay.
You say nothing about
Dave
Johnson.
hater. I ain't a
get
Dave
mad.
hater.
You get mad when the Yankees are doing good. They're
Prove
doing
it.
better than your Tampa Bay Rays. Prove it. The record's there.
No,
10
I mean
years on the
prove.
season.
I mean prove how I get mad.
How you get mad?
Yeah, prove that. Let's see.
I sent 3 pictures in our group chat of all you do is bashing the Yankees.
No, I gave an update that they lost. Big deal.
But
Update that
there
they
was no
lost.
reason for that.
The only team you updated was the Yankees.
Do you see? Do you see him doing that about Tampa at all?
No, because it's a local show.
It's not local. We're sports.
No, it's sports. If
Local
we're going-
sports.
If you're
No,
so
sports.
local, so we should be attention to the Yankees, Mets. So not Tampa at all. We should leave Tampa out of this.
Yeah, but I'm a fan. I'm going to talk about my team.
But no, it's local. It's local. We don't talk about other teams. We don't talk about other teams.
Oh, no,
We keep it
I never
local.
said that.
Yes, you did.
I just mean it's local, though. We give fans the updates, but if I want to talk about my favorite team, I could talk my favorite team, realistically.
this guy over here.
What? I let Dave talk about the Patriots.
Yeah,
Right?
But then when
That's
you
sports.
yeah, it's sports. But you can't say it's local. We're talking about other sports, other teams.
Sure. Must be nice.
It's true though.
So let's take a quick commercial break, and then we have much more to get to. Again, this is Dougie and the Boys, which is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models you may not want, but you may just need.
We got Jimmy Druss. Jimmy.
Hello.
We got Big Dave Mendoza.
Smoker Dave over
Hello.
there.
And as always,
The fraud.
the fraud.
Yeah, the
No, Dougie.
The fraud.
How?
The fraud.
The fraud.
The fraud.
So before we get to this quick commercial break, Jimmy, we got to tell Dave what we're working on.
What are we working on now?
So we spoke last week about it. So Dave, I'm gonna put together a behind the scenes like of all our mic checks that we did, and I'm gonna play it like whenever we can't do a show, like if I'm on vacation or whatever.
Mostly whenever he's on a cruise.
Must be nice.
So it's just fun clips we got. Just like I have that, you have that clip of us doing unsolicited role models that you never sent to. You never sent me it. So
I thought I sent you that.
You
No,
sent me it too.
I've been waiting.
I have it in the thing.
oh, you have it, but I don't have it.
He sent it to you and me.
Well, I don't have it.
Oh well, I mean, I could look if I look at the message between me and Dave, or it might be in the chat with us. I think.
Yeah, try and find it and send it to me because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
So Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
That they're gonna slip back a little bit. Ben,
Do you ever ask yourself the question as to
for this town, things that haven't been done before.
Feel like it's more than just Joe Biden though. Like it's just like people
Overpay for DeGrom, and I think this is a great way for us to gather.
I'll be looking for another job after this is over. I can tell you that.
Here with your name behind it, hoping that.
Why did Trump fire Fauci? He could have gotten rid of him.
There's a lot of things you can have checked out.
So talk whatever we want.
It's sports. Well, I'll tell you, no matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
But to go and like react from a fiscal standpoint and from a civil rights standpoint to close everything, I find it hard to get behind.
Thanks to Democrats. Thanks to the Democrats, by the way.
Nancy Pelosi should not be 84 years old and still be sitting as the House Speaker. Like an idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
actually, like can get in there and like do things, like Donald Trump Jr., like
Puerto Rican. You're Latino.
I'm an American.
I would like Ivanka to run.
Yeah, Ivanka or Tulsi Gabbard. She's
betting. It was named after you because you are probably known for losing a lot of bets, especially when it comes to the horse racing.
My lightning 5 picks. These are the ones I like. I mean, I love them. In my picks, you'll hear them later on. Yeah, that is my best bet.
You'll hear it in Stuff's betting.
Yes, that is my best bet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Dougie and the Boys, which is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models you may not want, you may just.
You can follow us on all your podcast applications, YouTube, Facebook Live, Saravo Broadcasting, the Doug Saravo Show. It is now time for Lepore Betting, which is sponsored by Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. All right, it is parlay time. So what I want us to do now is put together a parlay. Your Western Conference winner, your Eastern Conference winner, your NBA champion, and your NBA MVP. So four picks that you think could be a good parlay. We're going to start with Big Dave.
Damn, that's tough. Western Conference, I'm going to go Celtics. Eastern. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, because like you have the three top teams that are like 1, 2, and 3 that are playing really good, but it also comes down to playoff experience.
It's gonna be that's gonna be tough. What's 1, 2, 3 right now?
Denver, I think it's Denver.
Denver, Minnesota, OKC.
Yeah. OKC might have jumped up though.
I'm going Minnesota.
Ooh,
Minnesota out of the West.
I'll say this: they played Denver last night, and they gave them a run from.
Yeah, it was close. I was watching that at the Monkey Bar.
It was without.
I'm gonna go
what's his name?
Boston East, Minnesota West. I think Boston wins the NBA championship, and Tatum gets MVP for the championship.
I like that.
Interesting. All right, let's go with Jimmy Just.
You want a realistic one or the one that like
whatever you think could be a good parlay? It don't have to be realistic because you never know.
All right, I'm gonna say this. My boy was saying this last night. Guy at the bar that I go to, and I thought it would be pretty funny to bring up. He said OKC and the Knicks.
That'd be a good payday.
OKC and the Knicks, and I would say Knicks win. Brunson MVP.
That'd be a big payday. I don't know what the odds are for that, but that would be a good payday.
Just imagine that series though with them, that two teams, two like young teams.
Yeah, going at it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be really good. Because the only thing that worries with me, OKC, is the rebounding. That's it.
Yeah. So for me, I am going with the Denver Nuggets to come out of the West. I just think they're the better team. They got the most experience. I don't see anyone slowing them down just because they've been there before and they know what it takes to win. Minnesota hasn't really gone on a deep run. You could say the same thing about the Timberwolves, OKC. You have a lot of top teams in the West, but they haven't gone on that big run. So I'm going with Denver.
That's right.
The East side, I don't see the Boston Celtics collapsing. I think the Celtics are going to go there. I think the NBA Finals will be the Celtics and the Nuggets, and the Celtics win that. And I see Drew Holiday winning MVP.
I was going to go with that too, honestly, in the Celtics.
Yeah.
I was going to say that because him during the playoffs, pretty nasty.
So those are our parlays. Now I want us to pick a 2024 regular season MVP. I think Luka has a good shot to win MVP. Jokic is still the favorite, but I do not see him winning 3 years in a row. So I am going
3 years. No,
he won. Oh, Joel Embiid just won.
Joel Embiid won last year.
He won last year.
Yeah, Joel, because they won't give him three in a row.
But he would win his third MVP.
Yeah,
if he won. But I see Luka having it. I think Luka wins it. I think he'd be my best bet for MVP. All right, Big Dave, what do you got?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure.
I'll probably say Alexander Shy.
I'll give you a wild card in there. Jalen Brunson.
Nick?
Yeah, I could see him getting votes.
Dave, that's why I like you, Dave. That's why I always support you.
I could see him getting votes.
Yeah, I mean he's been playing really good lately. But, I mean,
guy's been playing phenomenal on that Knicks team.
No, yeah, absolutely. Especially like because as Knicks fans, he plays really good, and like you're kind of wait for a downfall. Downfall hasn't hit yet.
And you could make that argument that he had Randall. Randall was the guy.
But he's not there right now.
But Brunson still stepped up his game, even though he went down to injury.
Yeah.
So he still carried that team. So when you think about who's most valuable to the team, it is Brunson, because the Knicks are still in a playoff spot.
Yeah, but I don't think it's all like he's doing all the work. You have potential playing really well, Hart's playing really well, Open is playing really well, and our center is playing. Our team is playing well.
But I say this: ever since he came to that team, they've gotten a lot better.
Yes, I agree. I think
except for last year against Miami.
Well, we got in the second round.
He came around and they still played better.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't execute the finish doesn't mean that they weren't a better team.
Yeah.
And he stood consistent through this season.
Especially, it was just him and Randall, really. I mean, R.J. Barrett was hit or miss. And Quickly was just, and Grimes were hit or miss. Now you actually have role players in that team.
Yeah.
And they're shooting 10+ points from even the bench. Same thing. It's 10+ points. When you have a deep bench like that, you could go far.
But I don't see them going on a run. I just don't
could.
see.
They could.
No, they have no shot. They really don't.
You say the Knicks have no shot
to get to the semifinal, but I don't see anyone beating Boston. Depending on how the seeding is, if the Knicks get to the conference final without playing Boston in that second round, then yeah, I could see them going to the conference finals.
Listen, don't be surprised if Miami makes a run at them.
But I don't see the Celtics falling apart this year. I just don't. I don't see them making that big collapse.
But you never know because they play
I know that. I know you never know. But you can't keep collapsing year in and year.
Let's show the facts of one team of Miami that went on a run last year that beat Milwaukee, beat the Knicks, beat freaking Celtics, and
what
didn't
point?
have half their players that they have now.
Wait, hold on. What point are you trying to prove?
That don't sleep on the teams that are in the play-ins.
I hold on. I never even said that. I never said, "Oh, it's going to be an easy trip for the Celtics."
You kind of did because you just put them right in the.
But hold on, you're taking this and twisting it around, and I know Dave is going to agree with me because that's how Dave and I are. We're like that. I do not see the Celtics team collapsing. I just don't.
But you automatically put them in the conference champion?
They should. On paper, they should get there.
On paper, but then you're forgetting that Embiid's coming back.
But they should get there.
He's back.
Hold on. I know what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to do nothing.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to do nothing.
No, I know what you're trying to do. Everybody does it to me and gets me off track of what I want to say. There's no reason why the Celtics should collapse this year if you look at the team they have on paper.
Yeah, that's on paper.
Last year they were inconsistent, but they steamrolled this regular season. You're going to tell me?
But they also have blown big leads.
I know that, but I just don't see they can't collapse another year in the playoffs because then that's when the questions are going to start coming in. Oh, should we blow this up? Should we make different moves? Maybe Tatum's not the answer.
I'm gonna say this.
Maybe he's not the guy.
What if they do collapse this season?
Then that's when those questions start to come.
All right, so we can say the same thing about the Tampa Bay Rays.
What are we? Why? That's completely irrelevant. That's completely irrelevant.
Oh my God.
Be nice.
Damn, he put it
but
right
we're not talking.
That one he put right back in
How is it completely irrelevant?
What does the Rays have to do with it?
Every season they made the wild card for the past 3-4 seasons, and they've collapsed.
That's different, though. We're not talking baseball.
We're talking about sports that.
Hold on. First of all, the Rays had the wild card last year. They didn't have the best record in baseball. They didn't have the number 1 seed.
But they were undefeated.
What does that have to do with? What does April have? Hold on. What does April have to do with October?
Then they started falling apart towards.
What does April have to do with October?
They fell apart towards the end of the season.
But what does that have to do with the Celtics? What does that have to do with the Celtics?
Jimmy's saying that they can fall apart at any point.
But the Celtics haven't done that this year.
Right,
yeah, but like you said, playoffs is a whole new season.
If you're going to tell me if
if that's the case, if the Celtics do not go far, then you blow it up.
How? They just signed Drew Holiday to a 4-year extension.
And Chris Porzingis.
But that's my point. Those questions are going to come up. Do we have to make changes? Do we have to move on from Tatum?
Yeah, but you're automatically putting them into the conference championship.
I never automatically put them there.
Dave?
I think I'm going to tell you.
I didn't automatically put them there.
Tatum's always had the question mark because to me, he should have been the first one with a contract extension.
Right.
And he gave it to Brown. And then now you gave Holiday a 4-year extension.
My point is this should be the Celtics' year.
It should.
It should. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat go in there and beat them like they did
I
last
wouldn't
year.
be either.
I wouldn't be surprised if the 76ers...
I wouldn't be either. Just like the Bills should have been in the Super Bowl, but they haven't.
Yeah. But that's what I said. We weren't surprised. But were we surprised when Kansas City got... No.
No, we weren't surprised Kansas City got there.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Philly does... Would I be surprised if Celtics make it back in the playoffs? Kind of. Because that Eastern Conference is pretty tough.
I wouldn't say it's pretty tough.
It is kind of tough.
You have some good teams, but you don't have top
I say
teams.
they're pretty tough. Because if you look at the guys in the Western Conference that are 7, 8, 9, they would be the 3 seed in the East.
Right.
To get back to my point and what I'm trying to say is the Celtics should be in the conference finals.
They should be.
They should be. But with the Denver Nuggets, you have no idea if they're going to get there because you have so many good teams in the West. You don't know. The Warriors may get on this hot streak and beat them in round 1. The Lakers may beat them in round 1. You have no idea.
I would really say the Warriors.
2 to 7, there's not a big gap. Realistically, there's not a big gap from 2 to 7. Whereas in the East, there are big gaps.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't see the Warriors going into Denver and beating them. I think Denver will sweep them.
Yeah, I think Denver would sweep them.
Denver will sweep. Lakers would give them a lot of trouble because I think the rebound's really good and their shooting has got a lot better. Especially with the emergence of Hachimura and what's the other shooter's name? Reeves.
Yeah.
I think their emergence from where they were is pretty good. So I'll give Lakers a lot of credit.
So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I have a few things to say to a few of my friends. We'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I know.
MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
Wanted to play. He had no care in the world because he said, "I only want to play for that team."
Hold on. Listen, because that's
how
do
you
you
know?
know?
How do you know?
No, I heard your words. I'm right
I
here.
said Watson. If they would have lost, I didn't guarantee the win though.
Meanwhile, you got the Steelers there, so don't even bring your name up.
I'll give another example.
You misunderstand me. Not because
That's crazy.
You're saying that.
Must be nice.
All right, we are back on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. As always, Dougie and the Boys is brought to you by
Also, role models may not want, but you may just need.
Must Be Nice. So, I have a lot of friends that are New York Ranger fans.
There we go.
And I want to know, why are the New Jersey Devils rent-free in your head? It shows that I'm also rent-free in your head. That you have to text me, send me all these DMs about the Devils missing the playoffs, that the Devils suck. Why are you guys so obsessed with us? Like, come on.
You can say this. You can say the same thing about
That's with the Yankees.
Damn it.
Why are we changing the subject for?
It's not changing the subject. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Dave, Yankee fans live run free your head.
Wrong. It's completely different.
We have proof. We have evidence.
All right, let's see it.
All right, check our chat and the Instagram.
Do I send my friends? Do I send you this, Dave? Devils, LOL. Do I send a photo of them?
Dave Upmore.
In their the casket or whatever this is, the grave.
It's the intro.
No, but you did send a video of Yankee fans outside of Yankee Stadium saying first place Yankees.
Yeah, I don't think you should celebrate that in April.
But you were celebrating the Rays 13-0 last season.
I can't be happy about my team.
And Yankee
he
fans
can't be happy about his first place.
All I'm saying is, why are Ranger fans obsessed with the Devils losing that you have to text me
It's a rivalry
out of nowhere? But who cares? We suck. I get it. We suck. But why do you get?
It's always
But why?
like that.
My point is, why do you get joy out of us losing? Shouldn't you worry about the Rangers winning than what the Devils do? Like
it's the regular season.
But I'm completely different. I don't care if the Yankees win or lose. I don't. I'm more concerned.
No, you what?
I'm more concerned about what the Rays do. Like I said,
if the Yankees choke a playoff spot, you're gonna be all over Dave.
Like I said, we got a wild card banner, so I'm happy.
We lost to the Mariners, and you were excited.
When did you guys play the Mariners?
No, the Marlins.
I'm in the Marlins. Sorry.
No, I didn't get excited.
You got excited.
So what's Dave doing with this?
You posted it in our chat.
No, because Dave sends like scores and updates, so I did the same thing.
Dave didn't send any scores or updates or anything.
No, like in prior texts he has.
Prior texts, but not when you said something. When you always say something, Dave goes right back at you. They don't say a word to you until you say something.
No.
Yes. When you said, perfect example is 2 weeks ago when the Yankees were playing Astros and they were down like 2-0. He said, "Oh, good, they're gonna lose."
But that was live. That was on a show. I can't be happy.
Matter. Dave texted you back right afterwards, and when the Yankees won, it came back. He said, "Must be nice."
So is Dave setting up the camera?
Oh no! I got other work.
Oh, you gonna edit and stuff?
Yeah, I got an episode to drop today.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Oh, which one was that?
It's a new episode that we did. It's called Unsolicited and Unfiltered.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tell us about that. Now this is a part of the show where we talk about Dave and our sponsor.
No, it's a little music beat.
Ooh.
That
sounds interesting.
It's the J. Cole Kendrick Lamar beef.
So you talk about like who's in the show? You and J Ram, and you guys just talk about what's going on in like pop culture and music.
So yeah, new episode's gonna be coming out later today. It's gonna basically be me and John, known as Ollie, on our show, talking about how Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole started. Well, they got this beef going back and forth. Discussing what our thoughts about it, as well as J. Cole basically apologizing for doing a diss track when this beef has just started.
Interesting.
That's good. That's a good terminology to have.
Are you gonna do this like weekly or once a month?
So it's gonna be a new weekly episode.
Oh, nice! I like that.
Of like different rappers or like
just different like top stories that we think that we should discuss.
Okay. Are you more in the music industry or more like in general?
General.
Okay, fair
so,
enough.
or is it gonna be like some politics that?
I don't think we'll do politics. I don't. Like
I say stay away from that.
So it's mostly like pop culture. Like could be like 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Drake,
or like more like movies and everything else.
Maybe maybe athletes that get into trouble. The Ohtani situation.
Or athletes that like do charity shit and everything like that, and like I get what you mean. Like different like pop culture stuff that's like hitting the news.
So that's the new show, Unsolicited and Unfiltered.
Yep.
Not bad. I like that idea for Unsolicited Role Models, who's the sponsor of Dougie and The Boys. And we appreciate you and Jonathan for sponsoring this show where we're able to get this new equipment, the new mics. So we appreciate the work you and Jonathan do for us,
Like
David.
cock?
No, I did not hear what you said, but
must be nice.
Must be nice. Jim, whatever your name is, Jimmy and his pranks.
Says it right there. Says my name.
Yeah.
Also my Instagram.
Fallen Death 99. Follow.
Yes, sir.
him. So I like that, Dave. Unsolicited and unfiltered. How much?
Yeah, it's basically the unfiltered version of us.
How long is each episode, would you say?
We try to keep it in the 45-minute range.
45 minutes to an hour, probably. It depends on the topic. So what can I hop on that show?
Yeah, when can I hop on that?
You were down there, Doug.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't on. No, actually, the president of Survival Broadcasting was on there. Not me, not Dougie. So
nice.
You got two split personalities.
Yeah, I know.
A Two-Face over here.
Two-Face. Okay. When are you mean? I was gonna ask a question. No, I wasn't on. I was on Unsolicited Role Models. I wasn't on Unfiltered.
Yeah. Well, you had your turn. I go first.
Yeah, but what are you gonna bring to the table?
The unsolicited part it depends on the topic.
Yeah, but you gotta have like a background.
If Dave no, it could be any topic. If it's unfiltered and on everything, it doesn't matter what background I have. I could have a point of view on it that could be different from Dave's and Jonathan's. And
Is that how it's gonna work?
It depends on what. Yeah, it depends on the topic.
So why not have me be your political analyst?
No. We're not doing politics.
Yeah, he said it. He's staying away from it. You have your own politic thing that you do. Dave don't want no part of it. I don't want no part of it. That's what it is.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
If you mix politics and other stuff, it never goes well. So if you're trying to mix with the stuff he's trying to do, it's not going to work.
Listen, the thing is I'll say this. Doug, you're big into politics. We all know that.
Yes.
You love your politics. We're not politic guys.
Exactly. We might know a couple things about it and discuss certain things that will concern us, but we don't go big like you do.
No, but I wouldn't say I go big.
You do more research than us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying politics. It's all over TV.
Yeah.
No matter what goes on, you turn on whatever channel, there's politics. Even in the world of sports, there's politics. The whole Colin Kaepernick issue, the O.J. Simpson, you could say, was a little bit political with everything that he went through.
Yeah.
So there's stuff to talk about. It's always going to be there, no matter what.
But I mean, with the Colin Kaepernick, you could say it's politic wise because what the whole happened. O.J. Simpson's not really politic. It was more like
but it's political.
Was it political though?
No, I wouldn't say it's like Republican versus Democrat, but
but is it political though?
No, but it's the justice system is involved. So that's political.
Okay, you could go with Dave, you could say that, but at the same time, it's like it's nothing to do with the presidency going on now.
No, but certain things are political
or anything. Like it's more or less when that happened, it was more or less like what he got away. Because remember, he didn't go to jail for what he did. He went to jail for trespassing.
And robbery.
So it wasn't.
He didn't go to jail for
what
his,
he did.
Considered double homicide.
Yeah, like he went to jail for trespassing to get his trophy back.
Yeah.
What was it? Heisman? Yeah, his Heisman.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really politics. It's more of like general stuff that happened. What happened? I don't think politics had nothing to play into it.
No, but it's not. When you say political, it's not just Republicans, Democratic, Senate, presidency. That's not just political. Political is like the whole thing that goes on.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can consider hip-hop politics.
Yeah.
And the way it's ran.
Yeah, and different studios and everything, like how people run it. We could probably talk about the one in Death Row if we really wanted to.
Like you think about that show. Think about the song "Piano Man" and the waitresses practicing politics. I worked in a restaurant, so it is political.
Yeah, it's
say the same thing about Otani.
Yeah, you could say like you say, I think it's political, but the politics side of like if we're going into Democrat stuff, like Democrat Republican, that's totally different. That's your ballpark.
Yeah.
Like for us, like we're more like general knowledge of like certain other things like sports and like hip hop or like TV shows and all that.
Yeah, like this is my sport. Like Dougie and The Boys is the main sports show that I do.
Yeah, and then you have your politic hour when that'll come back sooner or later.
Yeah, Dougie's political corner or hour, however you want to call it.
That'll probably come back in like what, October, September, October.
I'm gonna try and do a few summer shows here and there.
Yeah, but it also depends when they start the rallies and everything.
Yeah. Well, I have my family gatherings. We go at it sometimes.
Yeah,
Carol
I
and
know.
Jim.
I know.
Luis.
Mm-hmm.
So before we finish the show, we're going to take a quick commercial break and then have our final thoughts, hot take, whatever you want to bring up. Feel free. We'll be right back. Dougie and the Boys is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models. Role models you may not want, but you may just need.
Whatever. Get customers involved.
Wednesday night bar talk.
Wednesday night bar talk.
No, Jimmy's the idiot. With hot take.
Jimmy's
I'm
the idiot.
Yeah, if I
crazy.
hot takes, he assists a game. No matter how many games. 36 games.
And the All-Star break, and now a little bit now they're playing really good.
Hold on. Who's got the leverage tonight?
Now, 5-2. Leverage is all you.
I got the leverage.
So I got to change the time. We actually do our shows. Well, we do them 3 p.m. sometimes if we're in person, but most of the time it's at 3:30 p.m. Dougie and the Boys is brought to you by
Unsolicited role models. Role models you may not want, but you may just.
Must be
you
nice.
took that for me, you fuck.
So, we have any hot takes? I can go with mine that Caitlin Clark is overrated and she's not this big deal of a player. We could go with that one. If we all want to be honest.
I mean, that's you being honest. I mean, for her, she's going number 1 overall in the draft. For her.
Yeah, and how many players went number 1 overall in the NBA and became complete bust?
Yeah, because they were the shit teams.
That's completely different.
No, it's not.
That's irrelevant.
How is that irrelevant? If a decent player goes into a team that's actually good, they're gonna play good because they're on a team that's really good.
That's irrelevant.
If you're number 1 pick, you're gonna go to a shit team.
Yeah, and some of those players turn those teams into contention.
Yeah, but how long is it going to take? It takes years. It takes 2 to 3 years, Doug.
Not always.
Do you think Wembley's going to change that team to?
There's first of all, there's no one else on the Spurs.
But they get people coming in.
There's no one on the Spurs. The Thunder turned themselves around in a year. So
it wasn't a year because they've been struggling more than years, and they had multiple first-round picks.
Last year was the first year they really took off, and now they won 55-plus games.
Right, but before that, they were struggling hard, and they had first-round picks.
and we all called Jonathan a clown on this show last year. So come on, don't even bring that up.
But
That's
Jonathan
the only.
Brumi, that
Don't even bring that.
before
Hold on, because you are missing the point like you always do.
No.
Just because they go to a bad team does not mean they become bust.
Okay, so you were just gonna say to me how many freaking people went first round and became bust. You were just gonna say that to me before.
Quite a few players went number 1 overall and became bust.
Right. And there's players that were mid-round cards, and they became really good, famous names. The only person you could say is that first-round pick in the NBA, men's NBA, that became really good is LeBron James. Kobe took a while to freaking develop. MJ took a while to develop.
What are you talking about?
That you really think? So you're saying Kyle Clark's going to be shit? Of course she's going to be shit going to a shit team. She's not gonna be good. It's gonna be the same thing like Iowa for her.
No, it's her number. Well, first, you're missing the point.
Okay, go ahead. Explain to me what you were just trying to say to me before.
There's a lot of play just because she's on a bad Iowa team and put up points does not mean she's going to be this great player in the WNBA.
How do you know?
Angel Reese will be a great player in the WNBA. Paige Beckers, when she gets there, will be a great player in the WNBA.
Well, it depends where she goes.
It has nothing to do with where she goes.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
If a team that is number 1 picking,
you know how many players have gone number 1 overall and have sucked? Anthony Bennett went to the Cleveland Cavaliers and hasn't been anywhere since.
So you're proving my point then.
Yeah, but that same team, Kyrie Irving, built, and they went to the NBA Finals once LeBron came back.
No, LeBron was already there. LeBron went before without Kyrie, and then Kyrie came in and helped them win a championship.
No, LeBron went. Kyrie got drafted in 2011. Anthony Bennett got drafted in 2014. LeBron came in 2015.
But he came before then.
No, he came the 14-15 season.
All right, but still,
Hush.
apparently Kyrie was number 1 pick.
Kyrie was number 1.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
But he's had a successful NBA career.
Yeah, because LeBron came in and helped him win a championship.
He's had a successful career in the National Basketball Association. Even on Dallas, he has been good.
But when he went to Boston, that deal was shit.
Hasheem Thabeet, he got drafted. He's been
Doc Rivers was there.
No one forgot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hasheem Thabeet, remember him? Top player at UConn, got drafted. Where's he been since? Oh, he was a bust.
Yeah, so say the number 1. So whoever drafts number 1.
No, they don't. Blake Griffin, he went number 1. He had a great career.
Look at him now.
But he still had a great career.
Look at him now.
He still had a great career.
He
still had a great career.
Because when
he still had a great career.
Because when he got traded to the Clippers, we had Prime CP3.
But he still had a good career. He still had a good career. You're missing my point. When you take half the shots, you're not that good.
When your team can't freaking score half the shots, that means you're
Caitlin Clark is only good because of the team she's on. That's my point.
How? If she's shooting more half the points and her bench can't score nothing, that tells her she's the better player on that team and they can't do nothing. She carried Iowa. She dragged Iowa to that championship game.
Because the team sucks. She's overrated. UConn is still a good basketball team with or without Paige Beckers. You don't need to rely. LSU didn't just need to rely on Angel Reese.
Right, but Iowa
they're
had
great.
Ryan Clark.
They're great overall players.
But Iowa had Ryan Clark because she was dropping half the points.
I want to know why Dave is quiet about this because at work he agreed with me.
He's editing, that's why.
No, but even in the beginning of the show, he agreed with me at work. So, Dave, tell us your point.
You're not muted here. I hear you.
Well, listen. I think her field goal percentage is horrible. She shoots sometimes like 9 for 18, 9 for 24.
She shot 10 for 28 in the championship game. That's not good.
She gets fouled a lot. She shoots from 3. I think when she gets into the WNBA, it's a higher caliber. It's going to be a lot of shot contentions, and she's not going to be that good at, once they start contending her. So, will she be a good player? Probably. Will she be a great player? It's hard to tell. I don't think so.
It depends because that team that she goes for, whoever drafts her, if she stays there, maybe she could turn around. Who knows? But then she'd be like, okay, well, here's my draft value. I go to a team that's like a mid card or higher and go over there, go win a championship.
Well, like I said,
because when you get first round picked, you're going to the shit team. It's gonna take a while for them to be good. That's why you got to build for the future. That's why, as I even say, OKC actually started drafting really good because the last couple of years they've been trash. Last year, okay, you saw sparks, but when they got Shai Alexander, they got what's that guy that I always forget his name that we discussed about in the beginning of basketball season. I forgot his name. That the dates 19-year-olds.
I'll give you a perfect example.
I like how you need to look it up.
No, because I wasn't sure her numbers, but I knew who she was because she was a great player in Seattle. Sue Bird. Her numbers at UConn from 1999 to 2002, she put up 1,378 points. Per year, she put up 405, 369, 563.
Okay. What did the rest of the team put up?
That's my point. She still became one of the
point because if the team did well, then that's great. But if he's putting up Clark numbers, that means the team sucks.
Exactly. That's the only reason why Caitlin Clark. But that's the only because you're saying, oh, Caitlin Clark is this great college basketball player. My point is, Caitlin Clark is only good because the team sucks, and when she gets to the WNBA, her numbers are going to fall, and she won't be considered one of those greats. That's the point I'm trying to prove.
Well, she's going to be considered one of the greatest college
No, she's
players.
not. Well, yes, because the team sucks. But when she gets to the WNBA level, she's not. She's going to be irrelevant. That's what I'm trying to say.
But we don't know that because she's not there yet.
But I know that's what's going to happen.
Listen, she's gonna be decent because she's gonna be. It's gonna be like Iowa.
But she's not going to be one of the greats that people consider her at.
And
everyone is praising Caitlin Clark to be this. Oh, we have to root for Iowa because of Caitlin Clark. What is why? Realistically,
right now,
why?
She was the face of college.
But she's not the face of college. I'm sorry. In my mind, she's not the face of the WNBA. Is Angel Reese is, Paige Beckers is, Gabby Marshall is, players that are
WNBA or the college?
Yeah, WNBA players that are great all around.
Okay, yeah, people that've been there for longer.
Players that are.
What about college? Put college in there.
Paige Beckers.
Nobody knew who Angel Reese was until last year when she beat Clark. Nobody knew who she was.
So
yes, because we had a conversation when she had that comment going into the president's house. That's the reason why everybody knows her now. Caitlin Clark became a household name when she was winning games and going up there and everything.
But we don't have.
That's why.
Episodes, Chris, and it's gone.
I like how he's looking up something now, just trying to prove me wrong.
What are you talking about?
He's trying to prove me wrong.
Oh no, I want to compare the numbers.
Listen, I like I said, she shoots. All right, she shoots what? She shot what? 10 for 28. You said
in the championship game.
Yeah,
in the championship game. All right, she averages probably making about 10 to 14 shots a game. Because her team sucks, she has to take more shots.
Yes.
When she gets into the WNBA, she's gonna take less shots
because the team's actually good.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
If she takes less shots, that means her field goal percentage is probably gonna get shut by 50%. And if you shut her down 50%, that means she's only making 5 field goals a game.
Exactly.
I don't know who the worst team is in the WNBA.
My point is just because you score the most points does not mean you're that great.
Well, I mean,
just because you put up the most points does not mean you're that great.
If you put up the most points and you're winning games, I mean, and your team sucks.
But you're getting the ball. You're taking half the shots.
But because your team sucks.
Okay, that does not mean you're that great, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Listen, but they're saying because they're retiring her number in Iowa. They're retiring it, so they consider her.
But that does not mean that you're that great. Everyone is praising her as this great college athlete. But
she is a great college athlete.
She is. Yeah, I'm not taking away your talent. But just because you score the most points at the college level does not mean you're one of the best and you're an all-time great.
In college, I mean, you could probably say that because if they're putting her up there already, and she's in what 4 years, it's giving her credit over her whole career.
Personally, I would take Angel Reese or Paige Beckers over her any day of the week.
Well, you're taking Paige Becker because you love her. That's why.
But still, it's not about all the points you put up.
This is true.
This is true. You have admitted that you do want to waifu up Paige.
But it's not all about the points you put up. Look at Angel Reese throughout her career. 17 points, and this is going from year by year. 17 points a game, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. 23 points a game, 15 rebounds, 2 assists. 18 points a game, 13 rebounds, 2 assists.
Fucking like this.
That is a great athlete all around.
Okay.
And one of the best. I think that's one of the best players in college game.
But like I'm telling you, nobody knew her name until what happened with her. Till she won a championship and she did what she did. That's why she made a name for herself off that.
But look at her numbers compared to Clark.
What's Clark's numbers?
Is everything all right with your grandmother?
She's talking to my sister because she got her pregnancy blankets and everything.
Oh, that's why I was trying not to laugh.
No, it's her because the kids are showing her something.
All right, Clark throughout her career, 26 points per game, 27 points per game, 27 points per game.
Yeah, like whatever.
31 points per game.
So the number, it's more favorable in Clark's.
No, because she got the ball most of the time.
Yeah, but that tells you, because so that tells me Andrews had a better team, all players around.
She did.
Clark had no one.
Don't matter.
Why are we arguing?
I'm not arguing. I'm just trying to prove my point that she's overrated. Do you think she answer the question? Do you think she's overrated?
Player?
Yes.
College player.
Do you think she's overrated?
No, because she carried Iowa to.
But when you take half the shots, what do you expect? She's gonna score out half the points.
Yes, because that tells you that because the team is not good. That's what it tells you. The team's not good.
And that's the only reason why she's good. Because she played on a shitty team.
Yeah, but she dragged that shitty team into the Final Fours, championships.
But when you have teams and when you have multiple people putting up 20 points per game, that says more.
Good.
That says more.
So you're telling me Angel Reese and her other partners putting up 20 points ain't good?
No, they're good.
Points, but then if it's only Cleon Clark that's only putting up 40
I just think she's overrated.
And up like 10,
that's just how I
5 or
feel.
6.
I feel like Caitlin Clark is overrated. Realistically, she's overrated.
I think you're saying that because she's over your girl that you like.
No, she's overrated and overhyped.
Why are you smiling then?
Because I think Paige and Angel are the better players, realistically.
Oh, hold on, boys.
Dave, you agree with me, right?
I agree with both of you guys. Like, I do feel like she's not gonna obviously she's not gonna score the same way she did in college.
That's my point. She's not gonna put up all these points.
Yes, I feel like she's not gonna score the way she did in college. Can it later down the road change into her being a better shooter because she's taking less shots and maybe she'll get more open looks? Yes. But will she be a big impact right off the bat? I really don't think so. I think she has the ability, she has the mindset of getting to that level at some point in her career, but I don't think it's going to impact right away. I don't think she's going to be a difference maker right away. I think that she's going to have to develop in the WNBA to where, she's taking better looks, better shots. Because remember, in the WNBA is just like the NBA, college to NBA. You got better players around you. You also got to realize in the WNBA, you're playing different teams. A lot of those teams consist of a lot of guards and a lot of forwards. There's not that many centers. But when you get to the WNBA, you're going to have a lot of centers as well. So if you're shooting more and missing more shots, your team's going to go down quicker. The other team's going to get more looks. The other team's going to get more offensive rebounds. The other team's going to get more defensive rebounds. Okay? They're going to be attacking the board more. And if you're missing 28 shots, say you're 10 for 28, You're missing 10 shots. That's 10 rebounds that the defense can get to try and score points. So it can put your team in a bad hole. And that would be a bad look for her.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to prove. Because everyone's saying, oh, she's the next Steph Curry. She's Steph Curry. But even when Steph Curry would hit all these threes, putting up 30 points a game, Clay would still put up 30 points a game. Draymond may hit 15, 20 points a game.
I don't know about that. Draymond averaged 10 points.
Even KD would put up points.
But those are really good players, though, with KD,
But that's
Steph,
my
and Thompson.
But you're missing my point completely.
But here's the thing. Steph wasn't Steph when he first got in NBA.
But don't matter.
Steph wasn't Steph. Steph was averaging probably 6 points a game.
Yeah, maybe she shoots the ball like Steph Curry, but the only reason why she's putting up the points she does is because she's taking half the shots.
Say more than half.
More than half. But I'm saying she goes, like Dave was saying, she goes to NBA team, a WNBA team. It's going to be less because
she's taking half the shots. That's my point. She's going to limit her shots, and people are going to see, oh, maybe she's only good because she's on a bad team.
Well, I mean, she's going to be on a bad team regardless because she's going to be drafted number 1.
Don't matter.
Right,
they're not going to rely on just Caitlin Clark.
Do you think that she's a big impact player?
To go on the team? Yes. If she went to any college team.
WNBA. When she gets drafted into the WNBA, do you think she's going to be a big enough impact player to make her team much better than the last season?
Probably, yeah. If she's going to draft the number 1 and they still have the same pieces that are young, who knows? She could probably give them a little bit of a boost. Absolutely. Let's say this is a simple. Remember when the Cavs, let's go back to LeBron when he got drafted. Remember when the Cavs were a 20 win team? When LeBron got in there, guess what the Cavs were? They were a 40 to 50 win team.
But LeBron made people around him better.
But you say Caitlin Clark can't do that? You say that you say Angel Reese can't do that?
So how come Caitlin Clark couldn't pass the ball and have other people put up points?
Because maybe they weren't that good. Maybe she did.
So she's not. So she's not that impactful. Impactful.
Well, it's different when you literally have to carry a team if they're not shooting well. Especially when she goes to sit off to rest a little bit, and they're not scoring points. It's like, well, I have to go back in. That tells you that if your bench has to play well.
Whatever you say.
Your bench has to play. You're telling me if you don't have a good bench, your team's going to falter.
You missed my whole point completely.
How am I missing your point completely? You're telling me
she's overrated.
You're saying that because of your girl. That's why.
No, but it's true. I like players when you could pass the ball, you could get people to score, you could get the rebound.
Yeah, but it needs a hand.
I mentioned Sue Bird. She didn't average high numbers in college basketball, but she still was one of the great players in women's basketball.
But if
pro level, and college level.
Yes, but if the analysts are saying that she's top, there's a reason why they're saying it. Because they study more than we do.
Yeah, because that's where the game is. It's all about the 3-point shot. Look at me. It's all about me. I'm going to take the shot.
Well,
I'm not going to be the team player.
Well, you don't know that. So, all right. So you gave me Angel Reese's assist. Give me her assist if you'd be so kind.
Caitlin Clark?
Yes.
All right.
What was her average? You give me her whole season, or you give me each one?
All right, average. 7, 8, 8, and 8.
So you could say about 7.5 a game.
Yeah.
That's more than Angel Reese's and probably more than Paige's.
Angel Reese was 2.
Okay.
2.5.
So already doubled, almost tripled hers.
All I'm trying to say is it's not just about putting up points.
So what's the point of basketball? Not putting up points?
I think Jimmy's losing this argument.
What's the point about basketball? So I'm just going to pass the ball and then they're not going to score?
But I just mean she's not this great player just because she put up the most points in college basketball history.
So LeBron's not a great player because he put up 40,000 points?
He's been playing the longest.
But she's been playing for 3 to 4 years.
Just like
she put up points.
Don't matter. LeBron only has that record because he keeps playing.
Yeah, but if you're saying to me that she has the most points in college basketball history, what's that tell you? She was averaging 30.
She took half the shots. She took half the shots this year.
If the coach says, "Hey, she's the best player, we're going to feed her," you're going to feed that best player.
So hold on, Caitlin Clark. All right, she averages 31.6 points.
What does the team average?
Oh, hold on. Caitlin Clark, 31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 8.9 assists. Right.
Right.
Other guards on her team, because they do play with a lot of guards. Sydney Afalter, only 8.4 points per game. You got let's see, Molly Davis on that team, averages 5.9 points per game. You got
So she's been doing that for 4 years.
Kylie Furback, 2.6.
But she's been averaging, because Doug was saying she was averaging about like 28 to 30 points.
They only got one center on their team, averages 4 points a game. Let's see the full.
Hey, can you do me a favor too?
Their best forward, 1.8.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a huge gap between points per game.
But if she's the better player on that team, you're going to feed her the ball more.
But once you get into the WNBA, it's a whole different process.
It's a whole different. I agree. But we're saying college-wise, she's not the best college player. If she has the most points, and she's averaging 30 points a game, while her team's low in the not even double digits.
No, all time I'd go with Sue Bird or Diana Taurasi.
As of right now, yes. Is she the best college player right now?
Yes.
Yes, for the past 2-3 seasons.
But all time, no.
Right now, she's the best player, but she's gonna be. Is she gonna be up there as the best?
But
player?
all time, I wouldn't say no. I'd say no.
Well, Doug, you haven't seen Sue Bird. Is it Sue Bird you said? What? When did she play?
She played in 1999, 2002.
We were kids.
And but still, I followed them. She had a good career at Seattle.
You followed them when their career already happened. This
but
is
still,
relevant now because we're watching them.
But still,
watch them play. Like it's like the younger people saying Jordan's really great. You didn't see Jordan play. Dave could say Kobe's the best because he watched Kobe play.
But that's not my. I don't understand what you're trying to do here.
It's because you're saying Sue Bird was the better player. You didn't watch her play.
I'm just saying you're missing the
you're
point.
You're going off the stats that she put up into a different era of college.
But all Caitlin Clark did was shoot half the ball.
Because she had no.
And that's why. And that's why they lost the NCAA championship in back-to-back years. That's why they lost back-to-back years.
Yes, because they had 2 centers to stop her. That's
and
why.
when you stop Caitlin Clark, the whole team's done.
Yeah, because she's the only player shooting 31.
So what does that say? What does that say?
She's the whole team.
She's overrated.
No, she's the whole team.
She's in my mind, she's overrated.
No, you're saying that because you know why.
But that's true though. That's a big gap between points.
Well, then you know what? That's on friggin' Idaho for not getting players then to support her.
That's a big gap.
And when she goes in the freaking WNBA, she's probably shooting like 20 points because there's other people that could shoot too.
All I'm saying is that's a big gap, and you can't declare someone the greatest of all time because of the points they score.
So Doug, right now she's not her last 3 seasons she wasn't the greatest basketball player, college player.
Scoring wise, I'd say yes, but overall, no. I'm talking about.
There was nobody putting up numbers like her.
I'm talking about overall.
She was averaging 31 points.
Because she had no one else on her team. She's overrated.
Right, but you could say because Paige has a lot of people on UConn that's really good. LSU is a really good basketball team. You can't say that. They had people around to support them. They had a supporting cast. Iowa did not have a supporting cast. She dragged them to the Final Four and the top 2 this year.
All right, you want to look at South Carolina, the team that won the championship, points per game? All right, Cardoso, 14.4. Fo Wiley, 11.7. Peo, 11.0. Watkins, 9.2. Hall, 9.2. Chloe Kitts, 9.1. Johnson, 8.1. Fegan, 6.7. Johnson, 6.6.
Just like I said, supporting cast.
My point is if you put Clark on South Carolina, if you put Clark on Iowa, if you put Clark on LSU, put Clark on UConn, put Clark on NC State, she's not going to have those numbers.
She'll probably have maybe 20, maybe the 15 points.
She's not going to have the numbers that she has.
Right. So that's proved my point.
So
she dragged
that proves my
that
point.
had nobody.
That proves my point that she's overrated.
How is she overrated if she's dragging teams to the freaking championships?
God, you're losing this one.
How am I? No. Because you're saying she's overrated.
I gotta agree with what Jimmy's saying though, where at the end of the day, she took a team that had nobody all the way to the championship game by herself. So that's what Jimmy's saying makes her a great player.
Yes.
Is that you took a team where your rest of your players average less than 10 points a game.
The same freaking school.
All the way to a championship final game.
Hold on. I never said she's a bad player.
But she's overrated.
Exactly. I don't think she's this great scorer that everyone's making her out to be.
If she
was on another team, they wouldn't be praising her as much if she was on a better team.
No one would say, "Oh, she's Steph Curry." When Steph Curry had a supporting cast,
well, no,
he still put up
title. No, it was just him.
Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala doesn't count. Klay Thompson doesn't count.
Hey, Klay was at his prime then too.
Klay was at his prime, but Iguodala was hit or miss. The only reason why he won because he locked down LeBron. He locked down LeBron that
Iguodala still put up points.
It was just LeBron.
Hold on, I'm gonna get. You said his first title.
His first title. What do you mean his first title?
I'm gonna get the numbers
for Iguodala.
For Curry.
Yeah,
and
his average was probably crazy.
And the teams around him. All right. Or you want to go with the 73-9 Warriors?
Oh, when they had KD and they lost to
No,
LeBron?
they didn't have KD.
Yes, they did. They had KD, I think.
KD came after the following year.
Okay, but still, you still had Steph Curry, and they had Klay in his prime.
Hold on.
The only reason why Iguodala won an MVP because he locked down LeBron that whole series.
All right, let's go to that year, the first year they went to the final. Because it's not just about Curry. Curry played well, but he had teams around him, and he still put up points. So the first year they went to the final, all right, Curry put up 23 points a game.
Okay.
Klay Thompson put up 21 points a game.
Okay.
Maurice Spites put up 10 points. No, Draymond Green put up 11. Okay. Harrison Barnes put up 10. Okay. Maurice Spites put up 10. Okay. Iguodala put up 7.
Okay. So you're saying Steph didn't really carry that team? It was Steph and Klay. All was Steph and Klay putting up 20 points each.
They still had a supporting cast.
Don't really matter when Steph and Klay are putting up 20-something points each.
And the year with the first year with KD,
it probably went down because
Steph Curry put up 25.
Okay.
KD put up 25, and Klay Thompson put up 22.
Okay. So you had a supporting cast for him.
But you're not just relying on one guy to take the shots and the points. That's my point that I've been trying to prove.
So you've been trying to prove that Caitlin Clark. So, like I said, Dave said, Caitlin Clark went to a different team, we would not be talking to her like this. but she dragged a team that was
You're
just
missing
her.
the point. I never said she's a bad player.
You said she was a bad shooter, and you did say it before.
All I'm saying is we shouldn't be praising her as this top scorer.
So if Angel Reese or Paige was in her shoes and had to do that, you would be praising her like we're doing Kyla Clark.
I'd say they're great players, but not a great scorer.
But for them carrying a team like that, it could average in freaking not even double digits.
All right, they say she's Steph Curry.
I'm not saying that. I think she's a good shooter.
But when Steph Curry put up 324 3-pointers, Klay Thompson still put up 268.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant still put up 117.
But it's compliment shooters. Literally, hey, Steph's not open. Oh, I see Klay in the wing. He's wide open.
But Steph Curry was still a great scorer, but it didn't take away from Klay or KD.
Well, no, KD kind of took away from Steph because they said it was Steph's team or KD's team.
But it didn't take away from his 3-pointers. He still shot his 3-pointers.
You had to worry about KD in the paint, and then you leave Steph Curry wide open.
Whereas Caitlin Clark, it's just her.
Right. So
no one else is taking shots, and I think that says a lot.
So you're not gonna praise a woman that took most of their shots and dragged.
You're missing the point. I don't understand why. I don't understand why you're missing the point.
How much? There's no point.
You're really missing
she's
the point.
overrated because she carried a team
as a scorer.
Yes, so she's scoring 31 points to drag number 2 seed, number 3
You
seed?
lost this argument. You lost.
I don't think I did, Doug.
Yes.
I think you're just
Yes.
upset that your girl did not
I'm
get
not
in.
upset.
Yes.
This doesn't have to take a half hour to argue about. I
Well,
still think she's one of the best college athletes. All I'm saying is I don't think she's this great scorer that people are making her out to be because she shot 10 for 28. It's also about the field goal percentage. That's not a good field goal percentage. The way I analyze players is based on their field goal percentage. Not, she put up the most points. She put up however many it is. The only reason why that's the case is because she had to take half the shots.
Okay, but then who else is pulling up that field goal percentage?
No one else. No one else did.
So she pretty much, like I said, dragged that team.
But she's not this great scorer that people make her out to be. She's not.
She's averaging 31 points, and she has the most points.
Because she took half the shots.
Okay, but
she took half the shots.
But Doug, that's what happens when you're the only one on the team scoring.
So she's overrated as a scorer.
No, how's
Yes. In my mind, she is.
In your mind, but everybody else would be like, you're out of your mind because if she's averaging those points and dragging teams.
But look at the numbers of that championship game.
Right.
The team took 65 shots. She took 28.
Right. Okay. Because you know what they did? They put a center on her. Took her out of the game pretty much. They didn't know.
Took who out of the game?
Carolyn Clark. Because they know the rest of them can't shoot. The center did. The center took her out of that game. I watched that game. The center took her out of the game. Me and my boy were watching the game.
But she took most of the shots. I don't consider that a great scorer. If you have to take half the shots, of course you're going to score the most points. Of course you're going to have the...
Yeah, I see Dave trying to chime back in.
Dave, what do you got? Dave wants to say something.
I think you're muted.
No, I got to charge my laptop.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I'm having fun listening to you guys argue.
I know, because usually you and him, and I just like chill.
Jonathan's not here, so we got to make up for it.
I think he might agree with me, though. I think Jonathan might agree with me. I don't know.
But you're missing the point, Jimmy.
Doug, there's no point when if she had somebody else in that team, then I would.
Yeah, and people wouldn't have the conversation that we are.
Exactly, but you can't really. She was by herself doing this.
Of course, you're going to be this great scorer that people say she is because she's taking half the shots. But I don't think she is. But I don't think she's this great scorer. I don't think she's this great scorer.
Before she has the record for the most points.
Yes, because she took half the shots.
Okay, so when you have the record for something that's really difficult
Just
to
like-
score the most points,
Just like Tom Brady has the most touchdowns because he played the longest.
yeah.
Just like
well,
Martin
Tom Brady was different.
just like Martin Brodeur has the most wins as a goalie because he played the longest.
Yeah, but that's what happens if you take care of yourself and everything.
But that doesn't mean you're one of the best. A lot of people could argue.
So you don't think Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks of ever? He's the greatest quarterback of all time.
I think he is.
You don't think Martin Brodeur is the greatest freaking goaltender of all time?
I think Marty is, but
Okay.
people could make the argument that Dominic Hasek is because of his save
Owen Hatch is
percentage.
or Roy something. He played on the Canadians.
He played on the Canadians and the Avalanche.
Roy something. Yeah.
All I'm saying is I don't consider Caitlin Clark to be this generational scorer.
We don't know because she's not a WNBA yet. She's been drafted.
But if you look at the numbers,
how about this? We'll talk more when she is in WNBA.
yeah, we will.
And
All
she
I'm saying
has
is when
a
you look
year
at the
in her.
numbers and you take half the shots,
But
that
as a-
backs up my claim.
But we'll say this: as a college player, she's probably arguably one of the best college players.
Because she takes half the shots.
But who's on her team? That's like it's going back to that. It's always going to go back to that because she has no one. Angel Reese had players that are averaging.
Yeah, and
double-digit
she's still
points,
considered one of the best.
but not on Caitlin Clark's level.
What do you mean her
Caitlin
level?
Clark's a better. So all right, Caitlin Clark's a better shooter, correct?
Because she takes half the shots.
But she's a better shooter.
Because she takes half the shots.
But she's a better shooter, correct?
Because she takes half the shots.
Yes or no? It's simple answer. Yes or no?
Because she
Better
takes half
shooter.
the shots.
Better shooter. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So there should be no argument there. If she's the better
But
shooter,
but do I
on
think
that-
she's
if she's a better shooter on that team, she's gonna get the most ball. The
but
ball
do I
in
think
her
she's like Steph Curry? Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so either. I think she has to, because she's young. Steph Curry's been in this league for, like Dave said, 16 years.
But even when Steph is putting up points, it doesn't take away from anyone else. Realistically.
Well, now it's just Steph Curry, and that's really it. Now,
But during the golden years for the Warriors, he could be putting up. He could be
you
putting.
also had, like you said, you had Iguodala, you had him.
He could
and
be
you had-
putting up these points, and it doesn't take away from anybody.
Yeah, but when
Realistically,
KD was there. It took away from Steph.
no, because he still put up 22. He still put up 25
Right,
points,
but
and he's still.
Here's my question.
He still hit 300 threes.
Right, but when KD was there, was that more KD's team or more Steph's team?
It was KD's team,
Exactly.
but it didn't. It
But
did
so
not.
It took away from Steph Curry.
No,
Like
it
another-
didn't. He still hit. He still hit 324 3-pointers.
Well, you just said it was just KD's team.
It was, but it
Exactly.
did not.
So it
but
took
it,
away from- it
but no,
still
it
took away from
didn't.
Steph Curry.
It did not because Steph Curry still put up 324 3-point shots.
Right, but then it was KD's team. It wasn't Steph Curry. And then when he left, it became Steph Curry's team.
But
again.
it did not take away from Steph Curry.
Right, but who won 2 of those MVPs that year?
Kevin Durant.
Exactly. So it took
But
away
it did not. It did not take away from Steph Curry because
But it
Steph
took away
Curry.
it took away Steph Curry's MVP,
but
2 MVPs that he could have won.
Steph Curry still put up the points.
And then look what happened when KD. Perfect simple. Remember when
Steph
KD
Curry
got-
still put up the points.
Remember when KD got hurt and against Toronto, and it was all Steph Curry by himself. Look what happened. They lost
But-
Kawhi Leonard.
But Steph Curry still put up the
That's
points,
another
is what I'm
perfect
saying.
example.
He still put
Kawhi
up. But,
Leonard dragged Toronto to win.
but Steph Curry. But Steph Curry still put up the points.
Right, but it was Kevin
I could-
Durant that was the face of that team.
But I could. But KD put up 117 3-pointers,
But it
while
took a-
Steph Curry
yeah.
put up 324.
Because he's a 3-point shooter.
But
Steph
it didn't
Curry's a
take away
3-point
from him.
shooter. It kind of did. When
No, it didn't.
yes.
If someone else is putting up
Doug,
20
we're
points,
going to say this again. Whose team was it when KD was there?
KD.
Okay.
But you're missing the point. But it did
That's
not.
not the point.
But it
was
did not.
It was,
But it did not take.
Dave.
But it did not take anything away from Steph Curry because he still averaged 300
All right.
3-pointers
I wanna
a
hear
year. He still
What do you
averaged
think?
300 pointers a year.
Doug, what do you think Caitlin Clark is going to average in the WNBA?
I say about 20 to 15.
Points.
10 to 15 points a game.
Which is
I say
deep.
20 to 15.
Her
15 to
shots,
20.
her shots are going to be cut down in half. And I want to bring up this point quick because Jimmy didn't let me. if Iowa had someone else, let's say Iowa had Angel, or they had Paige, or let's say they had Sue Bird, Caitlin Clark, her shots are going to be cut down in half.
Probably half, yeah.
Even though it was Katie's team, Steph Curry was still putting up numbers. Steph Curry was still putting up 300 points a game, but it did not take away. So if you're going to go out there and say Caitlin Clark is just like Steph Curry, that takes away the whole argument. Because if Caitlin Clark had someone else putting up numbers, it would take her shots away. It did not take away Curry's shots with KD. No, it did not. Steph Curry still had the 3-pointers. Steph Curry still had 25 points per game. Look at the numbers. I just gave you the numbers. Did I or did I not give you the numbers?
KD and him are averaging 25 points in the same game, the same amount, 25 points the same. They're both taking the same shots, same amount of shots.
All right. And Caitlin Clark took the whole team's shots.
I'll end it with this.
Yeah,
we're not going to know until she gets into the WNBA.
Thank you, Dave. That's what I've been saying the entire
time. But I still think she's overrated as a scorer.
I get your point. She's overrated
as a scorer.
As a scorer because of the fact that she is the only one that can score on her team, which makes her a high-scoring player.
Exactly.
So when she gets on a team where there are multiple scorers, her average will drop and show that she is still an average player. But what Jimmy's saying is that once she gets to the WNBA, we don't know if she's going to drop drastically or just a little bit at the same time.
So she can still
be in the WNBA a great player at some point in her career.
I've gotten a lot of DMs on Instagram because I commented on a CBS Sports post about this. I never said she's a bad player. I never said she's not good. I never said she's not great. I just think as a scorer, she's overrated. Because if she had talent around her, no one would be talking about Caitlin Clark being this great scorer just like Steph Curry.
All right, but that's the thing. She didn't have no one.
So and that's why I'm saying, saying she's overrated.
Contributing to her being a great scorer.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, she wouldn't be. But we don't have that. We have the Caitlin Clark we have right now. That she had nobody, so that's why she became a great scorer. We have that.
Can you say Jimmy Drust that she's overrated because of that?
Because because that's Iowa pretty much screwed her over and didn't give her nobody that was decent.
But can you say she's overrated because of that?
Because of her shooting? Because
she takes half the shots.
Well, that's also on the team.
So you think she's overrated? Yes or no?
No, because it's on the team. The team has to. If the team don't compliment her, guess what? Then she's going to have most of the points.
I think she's overrated because of that. I truly do.
I don't know. I think it's Iowa that pretty much screwed her. I mean, she dragged them, but at the same time, Iowa did not give her.
Iowa.
Excuse me. Iowa didn't give
Orioles.
Her... I'm not. No, fuck you.
Orioles.
Say it one more time.
Orioles.
I got part of it.
Or the Oilers.
I was thinking football at that time. But anyway, Caitlin Clark is. You could agree, disagree. She right now is one of the greatest college players. Yes or no?
Yes, but I think she's overrated as a scorer.
Dave, what about you?
I'm not taking anything away from her, but I think she's an overrated scorer.
Listen, I'll say this.
We should close this like an hour ago.
This has been great. No, we got viewers. People have been watching this whole half-hour segment.
Hey, numbers don't lie. Yes, she is a great scorer in NCAA women's basketball. She is a great player in women's NCAA basketball. She is one of the best players these past seasons.
Yes.
What contributed to her being a best player is that her team around her is not the best. So, if she went to a top school with other top players, she probably will not be scoring 30 to 40 points a game.
Probably
She
like
would
20.
probably be in the 15 to 20 points a game,
I say
which
20
is
to
good
25.
numbers. It's great numbers.
Yeah.
And Dave
But
is
now you're going to the NWA, which is top players that have been picked through the NCAA, brought on one team.
Yeah.
So you're playing
All right.
harder competition, which
Dave,
is going to cause her numbers to drop.
Dave, let me ask you this question. If she was playing college basketball, but let's say she was playing with Paige, Angel,
She has.
the girl in South Carolina.
She has.
Would she be putting up these numbers, 30, 40 points a game?
She played. Didn't she play for the women's team with Paige and all of them?
Oh, for the All-Star game or whatever that is.
Yeah, I think it was like the women's.
The women's team.
All right, before we go, I'm gonna put up these numbers.
But
I think he's right.
She sat the bench the whole time because there were better players around her. And at that time, she was still scoring over 25 points a game.
Yeah.
So it kind of shows that, when it comes to playing other great players, she may not be as good.
But I think she still averages decent numbers.
Yes, I think she'll average 15 maybe points a game.
I say 15
points
to
a
20
game.
because it depends on the
6
team she goes
assists a
to.
game.
Yeah.
But she has to find her role. She has to find her niche.
Yeah, especially
She
on a
has
team
to
like
learn-
wherever she goes to.
She has to learn how to take better shots, clearer shots, and
Well,
trust her
WNBA is going to
teammates
help her.
now.
The WNBA is going to help her with that because it's going to change her whole perspective. 'Cause
Exactly.
She's going to, and I agree. Listen. Do I agree that she's gonna have a tough? Yeah, she's gonna have a tough time going into the WNBA because it's a different animal. But will she adapt? Of course, I think she will. Of course, I think she will adapt to the WNBA. But as a college career, she had one of the best.
Yes,
you could say probably top five best careers. Because she probably had choices to go to different colleges. She probably had offers. But you know what?
I will not listen. I cannot knock her college career.
No, I cannot either.
Because
I don't either.
Her college career was amazing.
Yes.
She basically took her team all the way to the championships by herself.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you do have players on that team. It is a team sport.
It's a team sport. But when
But
your
at the
team
same
can't
time,
average,
if she's not averaging 30 to 40 points a game, they are losing that game.
because they can't average even double digits.
Exactly.
So that tells you that's a problem.
Exactly.
And Iowa should have addressed that a long time ago, but they didn't.
Exactly.
So it's on the coaching part. Like I was saying, the coaching could have been better, but they just said, "Oh, we got Clayton Clark, no problem."
All right, so this was her 2021 college season, her freshman year.
Okay.
26 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists.
So, like I said, she averages 7 assists each game.
All right, and this was 2021.
That was 2021.
No, this is 2021 when she was playing on Team USA.
Okay.
That's what it was. Team USA.
For the Olympics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we skipped that year of 2020. Yep.
Team that finished with a 7-0 record, and they won the gold medal in Hungary.
Okay.
She started all 7 games.
Okay.
And she averaged 14.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, and 5.6 assists per game, and was named MVP of the tournament.
So, then what about the other women? So if we're comparing to the other women that were there, let's compare.
Which would average probably her WNBA numbers.
Probably, yes. So that's still good. To average 14
Yes.
to...
And that is good. But what Doug is saying is that everybody makes it seem like she's gonna come into the WNBA
And be like a Steph
average
Curry,
the
averaging like
same
20.
way she averaged in
Yeah,
the
which
in NCAA women's.
I said I don't get it, but he's saying that she's overrated in college. That's what she's saying.
No, you're
No,
missing the whole
he's
thing.
saying that.
So you're saying from when she's in the WNBA, she's overrated.
He's saying that for what team she plays on, she's an overrated player because of the fact that there is nobody on that team that can score as many points, even double-digit points, average, as her. So if she was to be on a team like LSU or someone else that
She's
is
not
a top
putting up
team,
30 points.
she's averaging
No, I
15
don't think she'll
points
put
a
up 30
game.
points, but she'll definitely be a role player in that team.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and she'll probably average between 15 to 16 points a game.
Yeah, I agree.
But because of the fact that she is on that team by herself, she's scoring 30 to 40 points, which makes her seem like she is the untouchable in college women right now.
Yeah.
Which, yes, you can say she is, but that is only due to the fact that she is the only scorer on her team.
Right, and she's the only scorer on that team.
Yes.
But if you have other people around her, she's not putting up those numbers, and no one's going to praise her the way they are.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We like I said, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. We only got the Clark, Kaylin Clark that played Iowa and then averaged the points. So if another universe, if we got that, if she was LSU or somewhere else, then yeah, we wouldn't be praising her. Are you trying to look up the Olympics, Doug?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the numbers.
Yeah, for all of them.
Well, what year was that?
2021.
I forgot they went to the Olympics that year because that was after COVID. Did you find it, Doug, or are you having a hard time?
They're coming up with the roster, but I can't find the stats.
I was gonna say they should have it where it's like their stats and everything. Are you typing in stats or?
Hold on, let's see. I think I have it.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Got the box score. Let's see if we have the stats.
You should find it over on the thing. But still, for them to go 7-0 and win, I mean, good for them.
All right, so the championship game, the
Okay.
gold medal game, where they won, they put up 75 points.
Okay.
Whereas in the championship game versus South Carolina, I think they put up the same amount, and she put up 31.
Okay.
So, for this game, the team shot 28 for 72.
Okay.
They shot for 20 for 48.
Okay.
Oh no, that's 2 points.
Yeah.
That's
Just
weird.
go on the stats of each player.
All right, 3-pointers. The team shot 8 for 24.
Okay.
So Caitlin Clark's from field goal, the 2-pointers, she shot 5 for 10.
That's not bad at all.
3-pointers, she shot 4 to 7.
No,
Still not bad.
She shot 5 for 10 in her field goal percentage. And what was her 3?
4
for 7.
So if her field goal's 5 for 10,
50%?
4 of those out of those 5 were 3 points.
Yes.
But she took 10 shots out of 72, where in the college championship game, she took 23 shots out of the team's 65.
Right, but that tells you she had a team around her in college.
And
at the Olympics.
And this is the leading scorers. Sonia Citron, 17 points.
Okay.
Diamond Johnson, 14 points. Caitlin Clark, 14 points. Azzy Fudd, 9 points. And the rest had like 6, 4, and 1.
So they had players that actually could shoot and play.
That's my point.
That's what
Thank
it was.
you, Jimmy.
It was Team USA under 19.
Thank
Under
you.
19.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for proving my point.
How's that proving your point?
So hold on. during that team, Caitlin Clark averaged 14.3 points a game, while Sonia Citron averaged 20.1, and Lauren Betts averaged 9.6.
9.6?
Yeah.
Or 19?
No, Jewel Spear averaged 19. I'm sorry, that was rebounds.
Oh.
Top performer was Sonia Citron. She was the top performer.
And behind her is Clark.
In points, Caitlin Clark would average 14.3 points a game. Jewel Spear averaged 14 points a game, and Sonia Citron averaged 13.7 points a game.
So I mean,
which is to par what we're saying. When she gets to the WNBA, she's gonna average around 15 points a game. So she's not gonna look like that great star that she did in college basketball.
Right.
And that's my point.
And that's why he's saying she's overrated to the fact that the only reason she is scoring, averaging 25 plus points a game is because there are nobody around her. But when she gets to the WNBA, they're not going to praise her as much because the numbers are going to drop down to 14, 15 points per game.
That's my point.
But you're also saying that she's not a great college basketball player. You were
Never said that. I just said she's overrated as a scorer.
You did say that. On this, I heard you twice saying she's not a great basketball player, a great college basketball player.
Never said that. I never said that.
Okay, well, when we're on a
I've been saying she's an overrated scorer because she takes half the shots. Never said anything about her talent.
Okay,
but
so
she's
So when you give her a team around her, then we'll be fine. But when
she's
you don't
not
give
gonna,
her a team, when you don't give her a team around her, then she's gonna average that many points.
And that makes her overrated.
No, it just makes it makes Iowa look bad because you.
No, but she's taking half the shots, so she's because
give her players.
Listen to my point, Jimbo.
Give her
Don't trust the trust, right? Don't trust the trust. My point is the only reason why she's putting up the points that she is because she has no one around her. And she has to take all the shots. But when she has people around her, she's only taking like 10 shots a game, not 28 to 30.
I'll say this. So at the end of the day, what Doug is trying to say is she's an overrated scorer in college basketball. He's not saying that she's a bad player, that she sucks.
Never said that.
The reason is that she's overrated scorer in college because of the fact she only made those milestones because she had no team around her.
Okay.
She would not be breaking records and doing all that if she played on a better team.
So
she will still be a great player.
Yeah.
But as a scorer, and to say she's like Steph Curry, she's overrated.
That's on them. I'm not saying she's a Steph Curry and everything. She's her own player. Steph's his own player.
She's a two-time MVP, World Cup champ. So under 19. So we're not disregarding her playing style, how good she is at playing basketball.
I think she's one of the greats. Yes, I know that.
But during college basketball, she was overrated with her point scoring because of the fact that the players around her just couldn't score.
Right.
So that's been my point for this last hour.
So let me say this. I'll end it right here. So
I love this though. You guys are great. This could go on for hours.
If we had your girl Paige put in Iowa and she was doing the same thing Kayla Clark would do, you're telling me you wouldn't be praising her?
No, I'd still think she's overrated as a scorer.
But that's your wife though.
But I'd still think she's overrated as a scorer.
You would not meet right her like you do all the time?
No, because I still think she's overrated as a scorer.
But I'm saying if Paige got in that situation and she was scoring 31 points a game, and she did all what Karen Clark did, and Karen Clark had her career, you're telling me you would not be praising her?
I'd still consider one of the greats, but I still think you're missing the point. Let me clarify again. Caitlin Clark is probably one of the best to ever play women's college basketball.
Okay.
But I think she's overrated as a scorer because she's taking half the shots.
See, Doug, you like to change up a little bit too, because we had this argument. Hold on.
But I've been saying this the whole time.
No. But you because you hadn't said nothing about Caitlin Clark at all in the beginning of the March Madness at all, which you could have perfectly. But you did the same thing when you said to me, Steelers should go after Russell Wilson and other fields, and you said, and I said to you, and I remember saying this, what happens if we got both? And you said that'd be great.
Never said that. I said the Steelers should get Kirk Cousins. That's what I said.
I said no, because it's too much money. Look what Falcons did, how much they paid. Too
Do
much.
I think it's going to work for the Steelers? I think so, just because of the coach that Mike Tomlin is.
Who's the coach of Atlanta again? I'm just saying, who's the head coach?
I
think it wasn't the defensive coordinator?
Oh yeah, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn. It is.
No. Dan Quinn went to.
He went. I don't know that.
Dan Quinn went to.
It's Raheem Morris.
Oh yeah, it's Raheem Morris.
You.
But that's just my point. I just think because she's taking half the shots, she's overrated as a scorer.
By the way, Raheem Morris is from Newark, New Jersey.
Shout out.
But I love that we had this debate because we've had the same people consistently watching this whole hour. I don't know if they joined us later into the show, but that was great.
To the people that watch us, can we get Caitlin Clark on here, please, and have her discuss this with us?
And I'm sure she'll agree with me.
Because I mean, in reality, on a good team, she does average 15 points a game.
Yes, and that's still decent. Average 15 points. That's you being a role player. That's you being a decent player on that team.
But averaging 30 points a game, everybody is making it seem like she's a goddess on this, coming out of the college basketball, which she's a great player. I'm not saying that she's not top 5, she's not top 3. What I'm saying is that the 25, 30 points per game average, people have to realize that when she gets into the NWA, it's gonna drop. You cannot hold that high expectation for her.
Yeah, I disagree with Doug about that.
But you can't say she's overrated?
As a college player, no.
No, not college player. As a scorer.
So let's say this. Let's say we're doing a pickup game, and Dave was averaging the most points. I might say, "Hey, Dave, you are really good at shooting, or you're really." And each game we have, he's averaging more points. I'm like, Dave, you're a real good shooter. Am I gonna say, "Oh, you're the best"?
Yeah, but if I shot 10 for 28.
But if I'm shooting shit, then that means I'm terrible and Dave's a better player.
It just also means Dave's overrated.
It also means I'm getting more looks.
Nick, I'm gonna
because we suck, Jimmy. Because you and I suck, so Dave's taking the shots.
But I'm gonna say Dave's better because he's shooting a lot better. I'm gonna give somebody that has the better hand, hot hand. Dave has a hot hand. Oh, Dave, I'm gonna feed you a lot more than I'm gonna feed this other person because they're not even doubling what you're doing.
But that just means he's overrated. Same thing too. Let's go to football quick before we wrap up in a minute.
I know we've been on this for 2 hours.
Yeah, but it's been fun. We got people watching, so
I've been enjoying the conversation.
I don't want to end it with people watching. So,
everybody left.
So, example, for years with the good O line, everyone was saying Ezekiel Elliott is the best running back in football. Take away that O line, the guy sucks. Right now, no one cares about Ezekiel Elliott.
That's any running back though. If we're being
fair. Still, you have so many running backs that are overrated because of that good O line.
Yeah, but you always need a strong O line to open up the hole for them to carry. Now, the only person I could really say that had no line and they were really good was probably Adrian Peterson. Do you really think Minnesota had a great line? No, because they were what? They were 9-7 when they went on that MVP on that run and then lost again and got destroyed by Green Bay the next week.
I'll say this. Perfect example. Bryce Young.
Yep. Okay.
Played phenomenal college football.
What college was he from?
Was on a great team.
What college was he from? I'm trying to remember.
He was on
Alabama.
Alabama.
It was Alabama. You're correct. Okay.
So Alabama, great school, great team.
Right.
When he got into the NFL, everybody said, this is not a number 1 draft pick.
No.
So it can easily change.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can easily change.
Yeah. Do I think Caitlin Clark is going to be averaging only 8 points a game, 10 points a game? No, I don't think so. I think she's going to average 15 to 16 points a game. I think she's going to average about 6 probably assists per game. Her rebounding might go down to like 4.
I think it was still the same. It would be like 5 or 6. Her assists might go up a lot more, I think.
Man.
But if you're shooting less, your assists is going to go a lot more. Because you're going to feed another player better. You know what I mean? That's always what happens.
So before we go, I was just looking at the standings. The Houston Astros, they are 4-10. Is this the end of their dynasty, or do you think they'll get hot and then make the playoffs?
Still early.
I know it's early, but I'm hoping this is the downfall of the Houston Astros.
It's still early, though.
I know that, but still. Their
I hope it's
rotation.
the downfall. I hope they don't get anywhere. I hope they miss the playoffs.
The rotation's a down.
You're going to say that.
The rotation's falling apart. Realistically, they don't have no one.
Yeah. But we'll see, because anything can happen. It doesn't matter about it now. It matters when you go into the All-Star break and after, when it's coming up this season. That's when it really matters. Now it's just everybody's getting used to them traveling, them playing in different stadiums and everything. Because don't forget, they all played in like one area of Florida. They all really did. So now you're going to different stadiums, different atmospheres and everything.
All right, boys. This has been a pleasure. This was a good episode. It truly was. I enjoyed it. I like the setup. I like the new studio that I have just for the few episodes because the light is perfect in here.
And you're in your dad's spot.
Yeah, you know this is a chair?
Because I know where it is. It's right behind that painting right behind you.
Yeah, there it is.
I know, okay, it's right in the hallway.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
If that's in there,
what camera is that?
I'm using my webcam.
That looks better.
Yeah, and you're able to push it farther.
Do you have the TV on? It's nothing but white.
Well, I'm watching the show on the TV, so I could
enough.
so I could see you guys rather than just looking at the laptop to the corner.
True.
So I like it like this.
Okay.
I like it like that.
And then of course, once the summer hits, we'll go outside. So
Dave would be a lot more outside with us.
Yeah, and then I was talking to Luis. He's gonna come by. He said we'll do. He wants to come on a show, and he said we'll do one in the summer so I can come outside and smoke a cigar with you guys.
What about John? Old man John.
Yeah,
he's been begging him to come on.
His foot was like
I'll pick him up.
Out of
I'll
it.
pick him up.
I'll
literally pick him up.
Luis or Andy, as you want to call him, according to his social media.
Oh, the supervisor.
Yeah, so he wants to come on too.
They met what's his name from Meat Department.
No, that's going to be a political show, but Luis wants to come on. Or Andy, whatever. Luis or Andy.
I call him Luis.
So, yeah, that would be fun. Because I'm going to have 2 Yankee fans going at it.
Must be nice.
And he's probably worse than Dave.
Must be nice. I can't wait for that, honestly. I'm going to find out when he's good, and then we'll do it. So, it's going to be fun. All right, boys, it's been a pleasure. Before we go, one quick prediction that we may have.
Yeah, Dave.
One quick prediction. I don't know, bro. I think the Yankees stay the number one seed in that division. Especially when Cole comes back.
You know,
I doubt it.
Dave, let's them hear it. First place Yankees.
First place Yankees.
It's only April.
First place Yankees.
But I doubt it. I don't think Cole's going to come back spectacular. Kodai Sanga's transferred to the 60-day.
I think May 20-something he's supposed to come back.
These pitchers, big question mark this year, so we'll see. My prediction, don't be surprised if Jackson Holiday makes a run for Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to be a good player for the Baltimore Orioles. That team has a lot of good young talent.
Yeah.
That team has Jimmy?
Let me go basketball. I think this is probably going to be an obvious one. Don't be surprised if Milwaukee downfall.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think they might be first round exits, maybe. Or maybe second rounds.
Yeah, I think so.
It depends who they play. Because right now, the way it's looking, they're number 2. if that stays, I think Miami will pick their spot where they want to be, and they'll play Milwaukee, and I think that'd be dangerous.
Like, because that's why I bring up that point. I can't see the Celtics falling apart because I don't think they. But the Bucks.
I want to put past. Not even the Bucks. I think the Knicks will give them a hard time.
But I think the Bucks
Miami
could be that.
Hard time.
I think the Bucks could be that team that lose in the first round again. The Celtics,
so
I can't see the Celtics falling, but the Bucks I could see falling.
Well, because they played Miami last year. That's why.
Yeah,
Miami.
and they've just been a mess. I don't like Doc Rivers as a coach.
The Bucks would play the 7 seed.
So who's the 7th seed?
Or the 7 or 8 seed, which would be the Sixers or the Heat.
Yeah. Do you want to play Miami, especially in the playoff run like that? Absolutely not. Jimmy Butler is a whole different breed when he's in the playoffs.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and even the 76ers, I think they're dangerous with Embiid because Embiid is a dangerous center, especially he get locked down probably on it, and Giannis is out for 3 weeks. And
if there's a team that's gonna rebuild, it's the Bucks. Don't be surprised.
Well, them, and I think also the like you said, the Golden State Warriors.
If whoever wins the Lakers Warriors game is gonna play the Nuggets.
So if I'm the Lakers, I would lose that game. I'll rest everyone. I'd rather play 2 or 3, or they'll play 2, right? I'd rather play.
No. Remember, because 9 and 10 play each other. So
yeah, but I'm saying 7 and 8 have to play. If whoever wins has to play the number 1 seed.
No, 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if
7 and 8,
if the Lakers are smart, they'd be like, okay, Golden State, you play Denver and get swept. Because Denver will sweep that. I'm telling you, Denver will sweep the Warriors. I think they will. Better team. They have Steph's really good, but you can have Jokic that's there. Murray's playing really good. Porter Jr.'s playing really good. Murray's playing out of his mind. And the guy who last year was a rookie, I've got his name, Brown, I think it is, playing really good.
Well, Timberwolves own the 2nd spot, so they'll play either the Suns or the Kings.
I mean, if I was the Lakers, I want to play Timberwolves.
You want to play what?
Doug, you got a person.
But there's no way for them to play the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's the.
Doug, look to the hallway.
Yeah, I know.
Never mind. Oh. Well, answer your mother.
Oh, we're live. I don't like being interrupted on the show.
It's a quick second, Doug. Wow.
All right, 2 hours, bro. I gotta go.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, that was great. Well, I think we have a comment quick. Let's see what we got.
It must be from Doug.
No, it's not. Dougie the Goat.
Monroe Roller Hockey. Wonder who runs that account.
Yeah, I wonder. All right, Dave, been a pleasure. This was fun.
We lost Jimmy?
Yeah, we lost Jimmy.
Must be nice.
All right, we'll see everybody next week. Dave, are we virtual or are we going to be live next week?
Next week, I'll let you know. We might be live.
Hey, you never know. All right, we got 7 people on now.
Must be nice.
Yeah, that's great. They're all watching from Twitter, too.
Nice.
Nice. We're going Twitter, baby. Or X, as I say. X, as they say. All right, see you, boys.
Later.
Must be nice.
This episode was brought to you by Nicole and Dave. Go Sports. For all your latest information surrounding the world of sports, talk to Dave.
Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
That they're gonna slip back a little bit. Ben,
Do you ever ask yourself the question as to
For this town, things that haven't been done before.
I feel like
It's more than just Joe Biden, though. Like, it's just like people,
Overpay for DeGrom, and I think this is a great way for us to gather.
I'll be looking for another job after this is over. I can tell you that.
Here, with your name behind it, hoping that.
Why did Trump fire Fauci? He could have gotten rid of him.
There's a lot of things you can have checked out.
Talk whatever we want.
It's sports. Well, I'll tell you, no matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.